This is a beautiful early July day. It's a touch breezy, but it's very warm and very pleasant when the sun breaks through the cumulus cloud that we have today. This is Budby South Forest, in particular the northwest corner. I'm here following two reliable sightings to try and finish some unfinished business. That unfinished business stems from my recent visit to Clumber Park, where I went in search of a day-flying moth, and although obtaining some in-flight footage of very dubious and poor quality, I'm here to try and make amends and finish that unfinished business with the Forester moth. And here is a Forester. It's not took me very long to track one down, and I must admit I must have walked past this, or the couple that were here yesterday, because I didn't expect them to be like this. This one, I've been watching it for a few minutes now, and it's not moved. I don't think it's even nectaring, and it appears to be a female because the antenna in male foresters is slightly feathered. Even by my poor eyesight, these antennae are nothing like being feathered. But what a beautiful moth. In terms of the electric green coloration, the only other species like this in the UK, of course, is these very similar Sisters Forester, which doesn't occur in Nottinghamshire. That's a species more of limestone grassland, where it feeds on rock rose. Of course, the Forester larva feeds on sorrel. But what a gorgeous moth. Nice to find one that's not camera shy and active. I'm surprised it's not active. But burnets, which include the Forester and narrow-bordered 5-spot burnet and 6-spot burnet, quite often spend a lot of time sat on flowers or grasses. They do nectar a lot, as being day flyers. Now the moth's moved a little bit, so you can see that gorgeous emerald green colour on the wings. The hind wings are coloured in exactly the same way. The moth is entirely clothed in these brilliant emerald green scales. It really is a beautiful little moth, and this seems to be quite a small individual. It's less than an inch in length from head to end of the wingtip, but it's nonetheless extremely beautiful. Now, the obliging nature of this particular moth, why it's so inactive, I don't know. It is nectaring, well, at least it's started nectaring now, but it is quite breezy today, so maybe they are hunkering down, although saying that, it is fairly sheltered here. But it really is a stunning moth. I'm not sure how common this moth is in the UK as a whole, but I imagine it to be fairly widespread, and probably a moth most commonly found on heath or dry sandy areas where sorrel abounds. Saying that, this area here isn't what you'd call littered with sorrel, although it does occur here. But it is a beautiful species, and in Nottinghamshire most of the records are from the sandy grounds and sandy soils of the Sherwood Forest and Mansfield area. There are some records over towards Ravenshead, if I remember correctly, but it has also been found on Calverton Colliery and also Newstead and Annesley pit top. So former colliery sites are obviously worth looking for this moth. It's obviously a moth that can colonise new sites, obviously fairly readily. But it is a beautiful species, absolutely glorious, and you can see just how vivid an emerald green this really is. It's a stunning species. In Nottinghamshire, in the last few years, it's tended to have gone missing, and the only reliable reports from the last couple of years have been from Clumber and also from Newstead and Annesley pit top, and it's been recorded at both those sites again this year. I had the one a few weeks ago, albeit briefly and in flight, on the south lawns at Clumber. It was recorded here in this area of Budby South Forest, where this one is, last year by Nick and Samantha Brownlee. And as the moth turns around now, you can see just how glorious a moth this species really is. Just look at that. This one's quite worn as well, and also seems quite small. The wings are probably about 1 inch long, to be honest. But what a glorious moth. Nice to have finally caught up with it in Nottinghamshire.